The Dark Side of Edmonton. In the 1980s, Edmonton, Alberta, was home to more than just schoolyards and playgrounds. Hidden within the city's academic and research institutions were secret programs. Programs designed to explore the limits of the human mind, often using unwitting children as test subjects. Under the guise of educational enrichment or psychological testing, these children became part of paranormal experiments, their parents unaware of the darker motives behind these initiatives. One of the most controversial programs connected to this research was Project MKUltra, a CIA-led mind control program with branches across North America. Although largely associated with the United States, Canada, and specifically the University of Alberta, played a significant role. Funded by both the Canadian government and the CIA, MKUltra had deep ties to Canadian research facilities, including the work of Dr. Donald Head, who pioneered experiments in sensory deprivation. Dr. Head's work on sensory isolation in the 1950s laid the foundation for much of the mind control research that followed. By the 1980s, experiments rooted in his work were still being conducted, not just on adult subjects, but on children. These programs were often framed as psychological research, meant to help with cognitive development, learning disabilities, or behavior issues. However, the truth was far more disturbing. Another Canadian program directly linked to these secretive experiments was Subproject 68, led by Dr. Ewan Cameron. Though primarily based in Montreal at the Allen Memorial Institute, this program's reach extended into Western Canada, including Edmonton. Subproject 68 aimed to depattern patients' minds and explore psychic phenomena, like telepathy and clairvoyance. The use of children as test subjects was kept under wraps, but some accounts suggest that young participants were taken from schools for special sessions. One particular set of experiments in Edmonton focused on remote viewing, a supposed psychic ability where subjects could see distant locations or events without being physically present. The researchers believed children's developing minds made them more susceptible to paranormal abilities. The program, which ran under the umbrella of the Human Ecology Fund, was a front for MKUltra-funded research. Children were placed in isolation rooms, exposed to hypnosis, and told to concentrate on distant images or objects, all in the hope of unlocking hidden mental powers. A lesser-known program, Operation Often, was also linked to paranormal research in Canada during the 1980s. Though this program was largely focused on occult and supernatural studies in the US, evidence suggests it had ties to Edmonton-based research projects. These projects focused on using children as conduits for unexplained phenomena, including attempts at telepathic communication. Children were told to project images and thoughts into each other's minds in controlled environments, all under the observation of psychologists and intelligence officers. Although many of these programs were officially terminated by the late 1970s, research on psychic phenomena and mind control continued into the 1980s in secret. Edmonton became one of the key locations for these ongoing studies, partly due to the involvement of major universities and psychiatric facilities. Parents were told that their children were being tested for cognitive development or participating in advanced learning programs. In reality, they were unwitting participants in secret experiments, used to explore the limits of the human mind and, in some cases, paranormal abilities. Former students have since described strange experiences, from heightened states of awareness to out-of-body sensations, as well as episodes they couldn't fully explain. Even today, the full scope of these experiments remains shrouded in secrecy. Many records have been destroyed or heavily redacted. Those who participated as children often suppress these memories until adulthood, and the true scale of the programs, like MKUltra and Subproject 68, may never fully come to light. What we do know is that these programs, hidden within academic institutions, left a lasting mark on Canadian history. The children who were subjected to these tests are now adults, and their stories are beginning to emerge. But how many others were involved, and what other secrets from this era remain buried? If you or someone you know recalls being part of similar programs or having strange experiences during your school years in the 1980s, please share your story in the comments below. You may not be alone in your memories, and your voice could help others understand their own past. Thank you for watching. If you found this video informative or thought-provoking, make sure to hit the like button and subscribe to our channel for more content like this. Stay tuned for more.